Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Nina ensures that Willow is not implicated in Drew's shooting. General Hospital spoilers indicate that Drew Kane, Cameron Matheson, has been shot, and the suspects are about to be lined up. Almost everyone in Port Charles has a motive for wanting Drew dead. Now that Willow Tate, Caitlin McMullen, has learned from Harrison Chase, Josh Swickard, that Judge Eva Heron, Tessa Aubergenois, is dead, Willow could have targeted Drew and gone to shoot him. Nina Reeves finds Willow Tate extremely agitated. Nina could run into Willow and find that she is extremely agitated and having major anxiety. She looks completely wrecked and is having a hard time getting words out. News that Drew has been shot could have already reached her, and she would immediately start to wonder if Willow has just come from shooting Drew. She would have to make sure that she covers tracks in order to ensure that Willow does not go down for the murder. Nina Reeves sneaks into Elizabeth Baldwin's house. Nina would sneak into Elizabeth Baldwin's, Rebecca Herbst, home and look around Willow's home to make sure that she did not leave any evidence lying around. She would find a black sweatsuit in Willow's belongings with blood on it. Nina would take those clothing with her. She could also find a ring with blood splattered on it. Perhaps this is Lila's ring, and Drew's blood somehow splattered onto it when she was shot, and Willow took it when she left the scene. Nina would clean the ring and destroy the clothing that Willow was wearing in order to make sure that Willow is not charged with shooting Drew. Nina Reeves continues to keep Willow Tate from incriminating herself. Nina would need to keep close tabs on Willow to make sure that she does not implicate herself in Drew's shooting. She wouldn't be able to find Rick Lansing, Rick Hurst, so perhaps she would hire Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, to defend her. Willow is a ticking time bomb, and there is no telling what she might do to implicate herself, and Nina would have to ensure that Willow is on her best behavior. Willow could have very well shot Drew, and she could slip at any given moment. The mystery surrounding Drew Kane's shooting continues to rattle Port Charles, sending shockwaves through every corner of the community. With Jason Morgan in the line of fire as well and lives thrown into chaos, the Quartermain Mansion and Corinthos clan are on high alert. But as suspicion spread, one woman finds herself at the center of a new, desperate mission: Nina Reeves. Her relationship with Willow Tate Corinthos may have endured unimaginable strain, but Nina's next move could define their future forever. Spoilers suggest Nina will do everything in her power to ensure Willow is not implicated in Drew's shooting, even if it means bending the truth or covering tracks that might eventually unravel. A family torn apart by violence. Drew's shooting has rattled the already fragile balance within the Quartermain family. Sam, Scout, and Carly are all on edge, demanding answers while police try to unravel the crime scene. Jason, who narrowly escaped another life-threatening injury, has gone into protective mode, his instincts screaming that this was more than a random act. But the deeper the investigation goes, the more tangled the web becomes. Rumors start to fly that someone close to Drew may have played an indirect role, perhaps unintentionally. Enter Willow, who is suddenly whispered about in connection to the chaos. Could her past with Harmony, her complicated connections to Shiloh, or even her current ties to the Corinthos family put her in the crosshairs of suspicion? Spoilers hint that authorities may stumble upon clues that, while circumstantial, cast doubt on Willow's innocence. For Nina, that's simply unacceptable. Nina's redemption arc in motion. Nina knows she has caused Willow enormous pain. From hiding the truth about her maternity to meddling in her cancer recovery, Nina has burned bridges that seemed impossible to rebuild. But recently, we've seen glimmers of change. Nina has been making small, cautious moves toward earning Willow's trust back. Now, with Drew fighting for his life, Nina may see this as both a chance to protect her daughter and to prove once and for all that her love is genuine. According to spoilers, Nina will go into full Mama Bear mode, determined to shield Willow from any and all fallout, no matter how messy the cover-up becomes. This could mean intercepting evidence, redirecting suspicion, or even manipulating the narrative to push police toward another suspect. Nina may convince herself she's doing it all for the right reasons, but viewers know in Port Charles, noble intentions often lead to disastrous consequences. Of course, Nina isn't the only one concerned about Willow. Sonny, too, wants his daughter-in-law protected. But spoilers suggest tension will flare between the newlyweds when Sonny realizes Nina may be going too far. Sonny has his own ways of handling problems: quiet influence, behind-the-scenes pressure, and careful intimidation. Nina, however, acts from emotion, and that volatility could create a ripple effect. If she tampers with evidence or lies to the wrong person, Sonny may not be able to clean up the mess. This marital rift could become explosive, especially with Jason back in town and already at odds with Nina. Jason doesn't trust her, and if he catches even a whiff of Nina meddling with the investigation, expect sparks to fly. Carly's warning. Meanwhile, Carly is laser-focused on Drew's survival and finding the shooter. She already blames Nina for every misstep in Willow's life, and spoilers suggest Carly won't hesitate to confront her. Imagine the showdown, Carly demanding to know what Nina is hiding, threatening to expose her if she doesn't back off. Nina, driven by desperation, may double down instead of retreating, widening the canyon of animosity between the two women. Carly's instincts are razor-sharp, and if she senses Nina is keeping secrets to protect Willow, she'll consider that a direct threat to her own family. This could reignite the Carly versus Nina feud just when viewers thought it might cool down. Willow's dilemma. What about Willow herself? Spoilers tease that she will begin to sense something is off. Why people keep whispering around her, why Nina is suddenly overly protective, why Carly and Sonny seem to be walking on eggshells. When Willow eventually learns she's been implicated, even peripherally, the guilt may consume her. Though she had no hand in Drew's shooting, she may feel responsible for the turmoil unraveling around her family. This guilt could drive Willow into a crisis of her own, pushing her to confront Nina directly. If she discovers her mother is actively covering for her, Willow may be torn between gratitude and fury. After all, the last thing Willow wants is to be dragged deeper into lies. A new suspect emerges. Spoilers hint that Nina's maneuvers may inadvertently point suspicion elsewhere, and that could lead to a shocking new suspect. Could Michael find himself accused, given his loyalty to protecting Willow? Or could Scout's name somehow surface, as a tragic misunderstanding of a child's actions spirals out of control? Either way, Nina's interference will ensure the wrong people come under fire, further complicating the case. What started as a misguided attempt to protect Willow could escalate into a full-blown misdirection that derails the investigation entirely. The price of protection. As this storyline heats up, viewers should prepare for Nina's choices to backfire in spectacular fashion. She wants so badly to prove herself as a mother that she risks becoming the very thing she fears, an obstacle in Willow's peace and happiness. If the truth comes out that Nina tampered with evidence or withheld information, Willow may see it as yet another betrayal. Their fragile reconciliation could collapse, and Sonny's faith in Nina could be shattered beyond repair. But perhaps the most tragic possibility of all? Drew's shooter could remain free while everyone chases false leads, putting more lives in danger, including Willow's. Final thoughts. General Hospital spoilers promise a tangled web of secrets, suspicion, and maternal desperation as Nina fights to shield Willow from being implicated in Drew's shooting. Her heart may be in the right place, but in Port Charles, good intentions rarely pave the way to redemption. Will Nina's gamble finally convince Willow that her mother's love is real, or will it destroy their chances at reconciliation once and for all? And as the investigation unravels, who will pay the ultimate price for Nina's interference? One thing certain, the fallout will rock Port Charles in ways no one expects.